What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Reese Johnson. And this is the Rebuttal Live Show. Y'all already know. Today's topic is a very touchy one, man. And I think we need to talk about this, man. And it's something that I'm noticing that's going on social media, man, that needs to be addressed. And today's topic, man, we're gonna talk about trauma bonding. Trauma bonding. I'm noticing a lot of trauma bonding going on amongst the black community. I'm noticing a lot of trauma bonding going on amongst the black community. And this needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed ASAP. It needs to be addressed. Now, remember where y'all heard it first. I coined the term trauma bonding. You want to know why? I am noticing. What's up, Brett? Hey, man, you want to come up, man? You want to come up, man? Because if you want to come up, brother, I'm gonna bring my brother up because he actually witnessed yesterday the trauma bonding of the black community that happened to me. It's crazy. It is crazy. We need to talk about this trauma bonding that's going on in the black community. And what I mean by trauma bonding, I'm noticing black people are rallying together and comparing our trauma to other communities, and we just stay there. That's what's happening. I got banned on TikTok. I got banned off of TikTok Live because I addressed some issues in the black community about the whole trauma bonding. They always talking about, oh, we get pulled over by the cops. And okay, I understand that. All this happened in the black. Okay, I understand that. But what are we doing to change that? We got to stop looking at other people to change our circumstances, because here's the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is that a lot of stuff that's happening in the black community today, we are causing it. We are causing it. Okay. All right. That's cool. Brett. Hit me up when when you're available. We gonna be on this. We gonna be on this. We gonna be on this. Here's the thing. A lot of stuff that's happening in the black community, we are causing it. The black on black crime. Now, y'all already know I talk about the stuff that oppresses the black community from other communities. I talk about that. Now, let's talk about the trauma bonding of the black community. Case in point, you got dudes out here complaining about getting stopped by the cops knowing that they got work in the car. Come on. Now, I'm going to get to the ladies later, because the ladies, what's happening with black women trauma bonding and the feminism behind it is blowing my mind. So I was on a TikTok live. And I got banned from TikTok for a few days on live because all I was doing was asking questions. All I was doing was asking these black women was some questions. So here's what happened. A white woman who was raised in a black community. That's pretty much all she knows. Her mom is white, and her dad, and the dude that raised her was a black man, but her dad was black. Her dad is white. I'm sorry. Her mom is white. Her biological dad is white, but she was raised by a black man, which she have two siblings by that black man. So her brother and sister is biracial. So that's all she know is that black family. So it's safe to say that she's gonna, and they was raised in a hood in Louisiana, right? Because I did some research on the young lady. I went to her page, and before I came on live and brought it to you guys, I wanted to do my own investigation before I drew to my own conclusion. So I went to her page, and I noticed that she's genuinely who she is because she was raised around black people. She was. There's no way around it. So what happened was they dragging this young lady because she said when she get pulled over by the cops, right? She pulled her white card. And I said, as she should. And these black women went ape crazy when I said as she should. They went ape crazy. And I'm like, yo, why are y'all mad that she's pulling her white card when she get pulled over by the cops? I pull a white card when I get pulled over by the cops, even though my skin complexion don't fit it. You know what I mean? I don't know too many people who get rowdy with the cops that they get pulled over. So she said she pulled her white card, and I'm like, as she should. So these black women were saying, oh, they want our praise, but don't want our blues. And I'm like, who want anybody blues? I don't want nobody's bad part of them. If she was raised in the black community, the whole concept of what I was saying was, you can't do better if you don't know better. Plus, you're a product of your environment. She is a product of her environment. Yes, she may be a white woman, but mentally, and where she at in life, she was raised around black women, so she's going to take on the black culture ways. And I compared it to this, right? I said, it's funny how you black women will get on this white woman for doing something that all she know is the black community. So it's only right that she's going to act that way. It's funny that y'all would get on this this white woman, but y'all won't get on men who act like women. Let's talk about it. Y'all would get on this white woman because y'all feel like she's culture appropriating when technically she's not, when you can go on her page and see what she's about. But yeah, y'all get up there, go girl, y'all get up there, to all these feminine men. Y'all will lift up men who's biological men that go act like women. They would dress up like Lakeisha on Sunday and Saturday, but on Monday they gay Jamal from up the street. Come on, let's talk about it. Y'all know I'ma touch on these topics because, hey, listen, somebody got to talk about it. And I'm noticing, my man Matt said, if they was with her, they wouldn't care. Then, yup, point blank, period, man. So this trauma bonding that's happening in the black community, because I noticed the first thing they went to is, oh, you can't compare a trans person to a person who thinks they black. Well, wait. Let's break that down real quick, because they wouldn't let me talk. They was trying to jump me. I said, well, wait. So let's say I believe that a biological man was born, he was born and he feel like he should have been born a woman. His exterior, no matter what he think about what he is on the inside, his exterior still says he's a man, right? Because he still have manly parts. Now let's use that. Let's apply that same. Let's make this applicable to this white woman. All right. Listen, she was born into a black culture because this black man raised her. She was raised in the hoods of Louisiana. Her exterior says white, but mentally she's something else. Am I making this make sense, y'all? Y'all gotta get in the comments, because I know I can't be the only one who don't get this. So they started calling me all type of transphobics and homophobic. I said, how am I homophobic when all I'm doing is trying to level the playing field? Here's what's crazy. This is what I said to the young lady too. I said, okay, let's say I shave my beard off, and today I'm a 41-year-old man. And today I feel like I want to be a woman. I go to my wife and say, hey, you know what? On the inside, I feel like a woman now, and I'm shaving my beard off. I'm gonna put on makeup, and now I'm gonna go live my life as a woman. Are you gonna validate me as a woman? The young lady said no, because you don't have that experience. I said, oh, okay. I'm glad you said that, because y'all nominated Caitlyn Jenner as Woman of the Year when he transitioned into a woman when he was in his 60s. Let me take a sip of my tea real quick, man. Hey, I got a pink cup. Y'all see my pink cup? Yeah, man, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Here's the thing, man. I ain't afraid to touch on some of these touchy topics, man. I know it's pretty touchy and a lot of people, don't want to touch on these topics, but if we going to make all things equal across the board and we want equality should be for everybody. Now, I understand that it is, people who do culture appropriate the black community experience. I understand that totally. I understand that, right? But here's the thing: we know who's who, and like I told them, you have to, y'all know that old saying that you have to choose your battles wisely, right? These women coming at that young lady is not a battle they should be choosing, because y'all can go on her page and just and see what her life is about. Point blank, period. Most of y'all code switch when y'all go to y'all jobs every day. I act one way around my homies. Yeah, we kick it and we talk yada yada yada. We talk our slang. But when I'm in them buildings, I code switch quick. Yes, sir. Yes, I'm Mr. Johnson. I code switch quick. And a lot of y'all got them telemarketer voices. But are y'all black people? Come on, man. So tonight's topic, I'm talking about trauma bonding. So that was my little rant for the night. That was my little rant. I had to get that out. But let's talk about trauma bonding and black people bonding together because of our trauma. We have to get over that. What's done to us is done to us. Here's the crazy thing. Change starts with an individual. Change starts with you. Bonding over trauma is not going to get you to your future. I'm going to say that again. Bonding over your trauma ain't going to get you to the future. Yes, we know that cops has disproportionately discriminated against black people. Yes, we know that, the black community is over policed by, these people. Yes, we know that. But what are we doing personally to make a change in the black community? Instead of bonding over our trauma and our history, are we going to keep going back to, these people doing this to us, they keeping us down, they doing this, that, all that stuff might be true to an extent, but it's not holding you back from going to the next level in your life. So are you going to continue to trauma bond? And that's what's happening. We need to stop this trauma bond, man. Y'all call into the show if you want to chime in on this, man. 678-249-9297. Y'all see the number on the screen. It's 678-249-9297. Call in, man. Let's talk about this trauma bonding, man, because this trauma bonding thing is, in my honest opinion, is definitely, something that's damaging the black community, because how can we ever move forward if we just dwelling on the past? Now, yes, they kept on bringing up, but the cops, okay, I understand that. And I asked the young man, I said, really, how many times you got stopped by the cops? He couldn't even say. So I'm like, stop projecting somebody else's trauma just so you can be a part of the conversation. We don't need you to project somebody else's trauma just to be part of this conversation, just so you could talk about, so it can give you the right to talk about other people. You're racist. And I hate calling black people racist, but I'm calling them people racist. And the reason why I am going to call them racist, because they have no reason at all to talk about that young lady like that. Okay, Matt said black people just get mad when someone has something they don't. But all of us use every hookup way to find, way we can find. A friend who works somewhere or a family, yeah, that's true. That is so true. That is so true. A family member who works somewhere. We all use the card we dealt. It's human nature. You're absolutely right. And that's what I said. We all use our cards in one way, form, or fashion. All of us. All of us. All of us play some type of card depending on the circumstances of where we at. Period. And then I asked them, I said, listen, here's what's crazy. Do you expect her to get all crazy with the police when she gets stopped? They talking about, well, she shouldn't switch. Switch what? Switch what? Are you telling me that, okay, when she gets stopped by the cops, she need to act ghetto? Who does that? Unless you're really looking for trouble with the cops. I'm talking about now, let's say she was pulled over for whatever reason, right? Running a red light. She knew she ran that red light. She gonna try to get out the ticket. Like you would, like I would. Come on, it's human nature. Like my man Matt just said, it's human nature. So if she refused to use her white card when they give black people reparations, are you going to vouch for her to get some? Who the white girl? She ain't gonna be able to get reparations because she ain't black. She's a white girl. It's obvious she's a white girl. What I'm saying is, we ain't not talking about reparations. We talking about her using her white card in certain situations that benefits her, which I think anybody should use a card that they could have to benefit them. Case in point, when Trump taxes came out, right? Some people was mad that he didn't pay tax. He didn't pay that much in taxes, and I'm like, well, so the law, the federal law and the government allows him to do certain tax exemptions to keep him from, doing what he did with the taxes. Here's the thing. I ain't putting my business out there, and I'm not going to touch all the way on it. At some point in my life, I made a certain amount of money, and they took so much money out in taxes, it literally made me angry. Had I knew, after I found out when I did my taxes, I could have did some tax exemptions that would have, took some of that down. But had I knew what I knew, I would have took advantage of those tax exemptions. Now that I know it, I take advantage of it. So I'm using a card that I got. Everybody use cards. That's what I'm saying. Everybody use cards. If you can use your card or whatever card you got to get you out of a situation, I'm going to use it. You see what I'm saying? Where's the super chat? It's not. It should be up there, man. It should be up there. I don't even know, man. I gotta put it up there. I gotta put the super chat up there, man. The chat should be up there, man. But I appreciate the gesture, man. I appreciate it somehow. But yeah, so I'm not one of those black people that just pro-black on everything. Yo, we have to choose our battles wisely. We have to stop trauma bonding. I don't want to bond. All right, I'm gonna say this, right? Do you want to be with somebody who's always dwelling on the past of negativity, of stuff that hurt them? Like, do you always want to dwell on that? I know me personally, nah. At some point, if you one of my homies and you always dwell on the past, I'm gonna say, hey, bro, when you gonna look towards the future? Stop talking about what you used to do back in '95, and let's dwell on what we doing now in 2023. Come on, '95 was 30 years ago. No. Yeah, about 30 years ago. My bad if my math is wrong. You know what I mean? 95 was a long time ago. We have to move forward as black people and be effective in our community as a collective. I got some. Matt said, "I'm talking about the girls hating. They're not going to care when they get a benefit that she won't get or can't get." That's true. That is so true. So basically, it goes both ways. Don't hate when it's not. You're absolutely right, Matt. You're absolutely right. Because she can't hate. The white girl ain't gonna be able to hate when black people get reparations. You know what I mean? So you 100% right. My man Theo Fitness said, "There's no money being made in the past." Exactly. I had to tell the one chick before they banned me. I said, "How come y'all on the internet every day?" Now this is on TikTok. This is the conversation on TikTok, right? Y'all and I they wasn't part of my algorithm. I just so happened to land on the page, and I'm like, yo, they violating. So when they invited me up to the live, I talked my talk, and this one actually happened this morning. And I told the girl, I said, yo, y'all so focused on the past that look, it looks like all of y'all still living in y'all parents' house, and they look like grown women. Excuse me. And the one dude, he had on. I hate to talk. I'm not talking. I'm not talking about him, but this one dude had all this stuff about blacks and reparations and black need this and the trauma and white girls culture appropriating. He had on a Pooh Bear pajama set. Yeah, he had. Now, hey, if that's what you do on your all time, okay, I get it. That's I ain't no shot. I ain't throwing no shade. But he's trying to school me, and I'm up here saying, hey, bro, listen. Y'all trauma bonding, because he was trauma bonding with the black chicks. Nobody understand our struggle. Nobody. Hey, listen. Get over it. Listen, these people, if these people don't care to care for us, let's keep it a beam. These people don't care to care for us. Are you going to sit there and continue to cry until 2000 daggone 2050? At some point, we got to say, okay, these people don't care to care for us. We need to care for us. Get over it. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let's y'all, there's no money in the past, man. My man Britt said, let's talk truth. Oh, that's his podcast. Let's talk truth. Why do our sisters not care to have any pushback on their narrative and ban or cancel anyone that disagree with them? So why should any take their concerns or issues seriously? That's true. You're 100% right. How can we take you serious when you don't even want to be held accountable on nothing? And all I was doing is trying to bring a medium ground to the conversation by saying, hey, if you gonna be out here promoting men, biological men who still have men, parts that feel like they women mentally, how come you can, look at this white woman who everybody know, because she has a big following on TikTok too. I think she have over 1 million followers too. How can you not just go on her page and visibly see she's not faking the funk? She really believes she is who she is. Now, I grew up in Philly. It was a couple white people in the hood, not many. You see what I'm saying? Just so happened, my mom is Italian. And to my knowledge, her family was pretty much the only family in the hood. You see what I'm saying? So like, and my mother-in-law doesn't talk like your typical white woman. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, come on. You are a product of your environment. If you are a product of your environment, you can't expect somebody to be something that they're not. We talk about we don't like fake people. Technically, she is not fake. She is doing what she know how to do because that's what she grew up around. Okay, that's Prince Harry. That's Prince Harry always crying and complaining about the royals. I don't know if I get what you're saying, but okay. Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying. I think I get what you're saying. Miss Unique, the Queen. I think I get what you're saying. Okay, you said Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear what? Pooh Bear what? Because as men, we're not on code. We're not on, and that's the thing. We're not all on code. We don't have to be all on code. I believe building circles. When you think about, let's think about the continent of Africa, right? Everybody wasn't on code during those times. Everybody had their own tribes. That's how Africa ran. Everybody had their own tribes. Think about this. There's a Jewish community, there's a Chinese community, there's an Indian community in probably every major city across America, right? Do you think all of them on code? No, they not all on code, but I could tell you what they can do. They all took one person's ideal of, okay, we built this Chinese community, we built this Jewish community, we built this Indian community in, let's say, in Philly. Now we're going to do the same thing in Georgia, in Atlanta. We're going to do the same thing in LA. We're going to do the same thing in Texas. We're going to do the same thing in Florida. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing all across America. and they have their own. In Philly, they have Chinatown. In Chinatown, they have their own grocery stores. They have their own banks. They have their own shopping centers. They don't have to go outside the community to spend their dollar. We can do that too as black people, but yet all we want to do is trauma bond and complain about what the white people are doing to us. Y'all dig me? Call in, man. 678-249-9297. Call in, man. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, man. The trauma bonding of black people is getting out of hand. In my honest opinion, trauma bonding is becoming the new supremacy. And I noticed that they're getting that ideology from the Democrats. Yep. Oh, I got my buttons all messed up. Oh, there we go. That's the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. Yeah. They're getting all this trauma bonding from hold on, let me turn that off. From the Democrats. All the trauma bonding is coming from the Democrats. These liberals. All they do is complain, and ain't nobody really making no tangible moves for the black community. In this last election, everybody was talking about abortion rights, but wasn't nobody talking about reparations. Let's talk about it, man. I don't understand why nobody is talking about it. And now this upcoming election in 2024, the presidential election, they're gonna talk about reparations because they want your vote. But the people that they just put in the House and the Senate and all this midterms and all that stuff, they don't care about that. Why weren't they talking about it? Let's talk about that. Because all they want to do is trauma bond. Remember when y'all heard this term first, trauma bonding. Remember when y'all heard that first. What's going on, caller? You on the air? Hold on. My bad. You on, caller? Hello?
Let's feel goodness. I can't be more proud of you, bro. You came a long way. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hey, let's feel good. Oh, good. Hey, never been so more proud of you, bro. You came a long way from Kendrick. Hey, I just wanted to chime in. If we as men can't sit up here, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. We as men, if we can't sit up here and we can't call shots, the problem is we're not calling shots in our home.
That's true.
That's why we're sitting up here. We're going through this. Yeah, that's why we're sitting up here and we're going through this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I never ever bash a brother for what he's doing. You know, we're sitting out here, we're taking care of kids that are like, we're following these stepdad roles. We need to hold our women accountable.
Yep.
That's how we get up out of this mess.
Yes.
You got to take the lead. But that's all I got, bro. I just wanted to check in with you.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, man. Yo, we gotta catch up, man.
No problem.
We definitely gotta catch up, bro.
Oh, definitely.
But
definitely,
the time, yeah, and it starts in the homes, and we have to develop community. That's why I'm always trying to connect with my brothers, because we all, we're all being developed. We all have great careers, and we all can make subtle changes. Because when you think about these other communities, the Chinese, the Indians, the all of them is not rich. All of them is not rich, but why are the communities thriving? Because they take care of each other in the communities. You see what I'm saying? And we can do the same thing. We can do the same thing. That's why I said we need to stop this trauma bonding. We need to get out of it.
Exactly. And if you sit up there, and I'm from Miami,
Mm-hmm.
you sit up there and you see the Cubans who came in. They came in, they pretty much made Miami a whole Spanish community.
Wow.
Just by sticking together.
Yeah, because now
certain parts of Miami, you can't even go to for grocery because you don't speak English. Just Spanish.
Wow. You know what? Some people told me that the racism from them down there is kind of crazy. I never been there, but
oh my God. And No, they say if you hear the black Hispanic saying that there is no racism in their country, they're a liar.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
a liar. If you're not economically progressing, you're not trying. If you're not able to get the same level as the white Hispanics, it's racist.
Wow. See?
So
So now if we look at now this is my solution. If we know all these people treat us like the scum of the earth, they benefit from our culture, they benefit from everything, that we produce. Don't you think that it's time that we see the value in ourselves to start building for ourselves? And I think what's happening
I
is
think
with
that's
this whole
I
trauma
think that's why
bonding. Say that again?
I think that's why the majority of us who left different cities went to DC, came to Atlanta in order to come out for a better way of life.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow between the Democrats, this LGBTQ bullshit, we lost our way.
Yes.
We've lost our way.
Yep.
So
well, and that's where they want to keep us.
I have to
say that again. I couldn't hear you, Thea.
Hang on a minute. Let me call you back. I gotta go.
Okay. So, yeah, Britt, man, give a call back. I noticed that you was calling in. Call back in, Britt. I was on another call. Okay, not because I like Republicans per se, but the Democrat Party has been feeding off fear and doubt for decades. Yes, listen, Matt, you hit the nail right on the head. I'm not a Republican, conservative. I'm not a Democrat or liberal. I'm not an independent. That's why I don't really get into politics, because in one way, form, or fashion, all of those political parties is benefiting off of the struggle of the black man. Now, that don't mean we have to build a trauma bond off of that. What we have to do is figure out a different strategy. Money talks. Money talks. This is what I'm telling everybody. Money talks. We have a lot of rich people now. Rich black people. We could start building our own. We have the resources. There is no excuse. But the problem is they want to keep everybody, all these black people, in a trauma bond to feel like we need other cultures. Why these other cultures don't walk around like they need us? And here's the crazy thing. They need us more than we need them, because they benefit from our culture more than we do. That's the crazy thing. We make them rich. If we stop participating in the things that they got going on, their communities will turn into the black community, because then they'll be poor and we'll be back on top. Who gets more money from the rappers? The record labels. These record execs ain't sitting down writing on raps and being creative. Who benefits when Steph Curry's shooting them half court shots? Yes, they pay him a nice check, but they making more money off of him than he can probably ever think about. LeBron James. When you think about these football players, we think about everything entertainment, the best actors. Some of the greatest minds in IT and business. It comes from us. It comes from us. But yet these Democrat liberals want to keep our minds on trauma bonding and the past of slavery and what yes, we know what the police is doing. We know this, but guess what? You know what we can do? We can say, all right, we need to get in our community and try to get these dudes to stop doing all this crazy stuff, get them in school and start doing stuff within our community, man. Real rap. Hey, Brett, you can call back, Brett. Those sisters don't care. Those sisters don't care that she acts so-called black. They are literal. They are they are literal doing a feeding frenzy like sharks to do on. And my bad. I gotta blow this up, man, because where my other light at, man? My bad, y'all, because I can't see. My computer screen is is kind of crazy. But I get what you're saying. That girl doesn't affect their lives at all. Yeah, that's 100, Brett. That's 100. Okay, we don't have permanent friends in politics. Only permanent interests. You hit the nail around the head, Theo. Not all of us think of this. That's true, and I hate to say all black people. I don't. I really hate to say that. I really hate to say because I know a lot of black people who don't feed into a lot of it. But I do also. But the thing about it, I know a lot of black people who still vote Democrat because they believe in the Democratic, ways of thinking. Because and I understand they don't want to mess with Republicans. And I get it. I get it. But just because you don't want to vote for the Republicans shouldn't the Democrats and the liberals shouldn't be a default. Shouldn't get your vote by default. Real rap. Real rap. This trauma bonding have to stop. At some point, we all have to at some point trauma bonding. Oops, my bad. At some point, we all have to we have to get over it, man. We have to get over it. And it's sad that this trauma bonding is now is tearing up the black community because we're not moving forward. We're not moving forward. Y'all putting all these other communities' issues over the black community. Now, they brought up the whole thing about the LGBTQ community. I'm like, okay, listen, a very small percentage of them people in that community is black. So anything that we promote in that community is largely going to go to non-black people, and the black people in that community is not going to benefit it at all. But yet they cater to these young women and these young feminine boys' feelings, and they feel like that's where they accept it, so that's where they're going, and that's how the Democrat Party keeps. All right, that's pretty much how they capturing our young people through this whole sexual nonsense, because a lot of these young people, when they're teenagers and young 20s, they that's when they start feeling themselves, if y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, call in, man. 678-249-9297, man. We talking about trauma bonding. Trauma bonding. I'm watching a lot of black people trauma bond. They coming together and talking about who's more oppressed than the other. We are super oppressed. We can't get nowhere because white people ain't letting us get nowhere. The white man is the white man that, and yada yada yada. I was on that train once upon a time ago. I got off that train when I realized that train is a runaway train and it's going to collide. It's going to hit something one day. I got off of it because I knew that we wasn't talking no money. All these people who's trauma bonding is broke, busted, and disgusted and can't do nothing for the black community. So they looking for these folk to bail them out. I don't know about y'all. I ain't waiting on reparations. I need my check now. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't know about y'all. I'm not waiting for no reparations. I need to figure out how I'm gonna get this change now. How I'm gonna cash these checks now. If reparations ever come, that's just gonna be a bonus to what I already have. So that's what I'm saying. We need to come out of this trauma bonding. We need to come out of this trauma bonding, man. So yeah, man. Preacher Boy Inc. Yep. Call in 678-249-9297. We talking about my Facebook post on this whole trauma bonding thing, man. 678-249-9297. Call up, y'all. I want a sister to come up. Man. And I want to hear from a sister's point of view, man. I really do, man. We had a couple sisters in here, man. I want a sister to come up and really I want a sister to explain why they so stuck. Why a lot of unfortunately a lot of black women is stuck on trauma bonding. Mm-hmm. Call up 678-249-9297. Yep. Our topic is trauma bonding. It's trauma bonding. That's today's topic. Trauma bonding. That's today's topic. Y'all see the topic right there? Today's topic is trauma bonding. And if y'all don't know what trauma bonding is a bunch of people who gather together and always talk trading war stories and traumatic things and talk and always dwelling in the past and don't have a key or have even a vision for the future. I don't want to hang around nobody who's always talking about the past and don't have a vision for the future, because you're not going to keep me in the past. Listen, like I said, if these people really don't care to help the black community, we have to get up and do it ourselves. Period. Now, I know I'm probably preaching to the choir. We probably heard this a million times, because I know I heard it from a lot of people. But that's when I had this. That's when I got to think and say, hey, man, I can't live paycheck to paycheck. I can't let my credit go to crap no more. I can't not have nothing. Whether I got a business or a job or whatever it is, I got to make sure I got something, because the well-being of my family rides on my back. And I'm not going to, I don't want to exchange war stories of what happened in the past. You know what I mean? I grew up in Southwest Philly. We got a lot of war stories, but guess what? I rarely talk about a lot of the stuff we did, because you know what? We was young, dumb, it happened in the past, and now I'm moving forward. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, call up 678-249-9297. 678-249-9297, man. This whole trauma bonding, man. We have to get over it, man. This, in my honest opinion, this whole black feminism is the new supremacy. It's the new supremacy. It's literally taking over the black community. And it's sad. All we want to do is worry about sex, one person's sexuality. But they want to focus on a person's sexuality, but we don't none of them know how credit works. They don't even know how to balance a checkbook. They don't even know how to put together a budget for their household to make sure that what's coming in is less than what's going out. So you can have a nice savings account, a nice cushion, and not spending more than what you have. But yet they want to teach y'all about all these sexual ambiguities and all these sexual ideologies. They don't want y'all to grow as a people. They want you to trauma bond. They want you to be focused more on your sexuality than balancing your checkbook, and y'all okay with that. They want y'all to focus more on a man becoming a woman than you balancing and understanding how credit works. And y'all running right along with it. Y'all running right along with it. When y'all gonna grow up? When you gonna grow up? Like, don't you think it's time to wake up? Is your sexual escapades of what you do in the bedroom is more important than building generational wealth? Oh, or you don't care. You don't care. All you do is care about your sexuality. Yeah, and they bringing that to these young black kids, and y'all don't seem to have a problem with that. Man, y'all see me get on everybody else. I get on everybody. Everybody get to smoke. That's why they call me Mr. Gas, Mr. Gun Insane. And it's sad, man. I'm very disappointed in the black community. I am. I'm very disappointed in the black community. That's why I only focus on building who I could build with in the community I'm a part of, and the brothers that's a part of me, and all the people who want to understand how finances work and how credit works. That's why I only build with them, because I don't want to build with people who's stuck in the past and only focus on having sex all day. or changing their sexuality. I don't care what a person do in their bedroom. I'm a follower of Christ. I follow the biblical laws. I don't push that on nobody else. What you do in your bedroom is what you do. It's none of my business. But you ain't gonna come around me and only talking about your sexuality and only talking about this. The white people is this and white people is doing that. You ain't gonna do that around me, because guess what? That ain't doing nothing for me. And if that's as far as your intellect go, you gotta go. Get away from me, because I don't want to hear that. I know enough of history to know where black people came from to where we at now, and we don't need to dwell there. Why they want you to dwell on the past? Because they want to keep you mental slaves. You don't understand that? Y'all don't understand that? It's simple mathematics. Trauma bonding. 678-249-9297, man. Call up to Gutter and Saint, man. Call into the Rebuttal Live, man. This is the Gutter and Saint channel, but this show is called the Rebuttal Live. If you feel like I'm wrong, or you want to add to the discussion, call up to the show, 678-249-9297. Call up to the show. If you feel like, this is a discussion that you can add a conversation to or rebuttal me. I'm not saying that I'm 100% right. I'm just using my platform to magnify the voice that I have, the opinions that I have, and what I see from my eyes. And I'm speaking like this with passion because I care for the community, I'm a part of. I'm a part of the community. I can't take this blackness off. I can't take this off. I don't want to take it off. I'm cool with who I am. But it saddens me to see that the only time black people will come together is when trauma is there. That's why I coined the phrase. My bad. Hold up, right there. Trauma bonding. You know what I mean? Gotta drink my tea. I drink a cup of tea every night around 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? Yeah, call up, man. 678-249-9297. So what y'all think about this, man? This whole trauma bonding. What y'all think the direction of the black community is going, man? Because if you're on TikTok, I'm on TikTok heavy, and when you see what's happening on TikTok, it's very heartbreaking to see how much the black woman and the black man is beefing. One, they're beefing and they're bickering, and black men feel like black women should be doing this. Black men should feel like black women should be doing that, and everybody's fighting. And then you got this other section of the black community that is catering to a certain community, and they asking black men to protect them. And my brother Britt brought up a good question when he said, "Protect you from what?" And he said, "Reese, have your wife ever asked you to protect her?" And I said, no. And he said, "Why?" "Because she know that I'm going to protect her." He said, "Exactly. Why are these women asking other women's men to protect them?" And I said, wow, you know what? That makes sense. Because you don't have my daughters, my wife, my aunts, if my grandmom and my mom was living, one thing they would never have to think twice about, and that's my protection. So why are these other women want random black men to protect them? You want me to protect you from having an abortion? You know what I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna tell you what I tell you on the internet. Stop being promiscuous with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Stop living the city girl life. You want protection, right? I'm telling you protection. You what you want me to protect you from? Oh, you got a nasty mouth. You can go around cussing dudes out every corner, and then when he get rowdy with you, you want to come run around me? You want me to get hurt because of your nasty mouth? Let's talk about it. So technically what am I protecting you from? You see what I'm saying, y'all? And then you got these men on TikTok. They want so much from women and they don't bring nothing to the table. They don't bring spirituality, which anytime I talk about spirituality, I'm talking about identity in Christ. Don't get it messed up. They don't bring stability, which most women talk about stability, they talk about financial structure for their family, because of course you want to bring kids into the world, and every woman want to have a stable place for their kids, and they want to have a stable place for them. They don't bring stability, and a lot of men is emotionally checked out. So they don't have the emotional capacity to do life with another person. I ain't gonna say most men, a lot of men. And you want to know why? I was that type of man until I had to listen to my wife's feelings, because guess what? On the other end of your relationship is another person who has feelings. You know what I mean? So, to get back on this whole trauma bond thing, man, me personally, I don't get too caught up in the whole trauma, building with people in trauma. Yes, I understand the Black community has been disproportionately discriminated against and hurt in a lot of ways, but it's time to keep it moving. These people ain't our saviors. These non-Black people is not our saviors. These non-Black people don't care to rescue us. They don't. Don't get it messed up. Not the Democratic Party, not the Republican Party. They're not our saviors. Only Christ Jesus saves. You know what I mean? It's your boy Reese Johnson, man. This is the Rebuttal Live from the Gutter and Saint podcast, man. Today we talking about trauma bonding. I'm about to wrap this up, man. Before I wrap this up, if anybody else has some closing thoughts, you can call in at 678-249-9297 and time in on this, and we can chop it up for another 8 minutes. And we can talk about it, man. I'm reading through the comments, y'all. I got comments on YouTube and Facebook, so pardon me for a second. Amen. Brother Tone. So yeah, man, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I thank y'all for rocking out with me. It's your boy Reese Johnson. This is the Rebuttal Live, man. Today's topic was trauma bonding amongst the Black community and how it's becoming supremacy, and we're not getting anywhere by trauma bonding. We need to look forward to the future and start building some substance in our community, so that we can advance our community, man. It's your boy Reese Johnson. This is the Gutter and Saint podcast, man, and I holla.